idea of changing is never that you will change anyone else, never that you will change the world, not even in a sense that you'll actually change yourself. It is simply that you shift to a reality whose vibration is already reflective of the reality vibration you now prefer. And start looking with your consciousness through the eyes of the version of you that already exists in a reality reflective of what that version of you represents. So you've never changed anyone, never changed the world. The world that you used to look through the eyes of still exists, always will, and will always experience itself as it is. But you can experience a new earth, a new reality, depending upon your vibration. And that's why we say, all you have to do to change the world is change yourself. Because you will never actually change the world. You will only change from one perspective to another. But that will appear and feel and be experienced as a new world. And all the individuals who have representations in that world, you will experience. Individuals who do not have representations in that world, you will not experience. It is as simple as that. For a while, you may continue to experience the idea of people who have representational vibrations that are not necessarily fully aligned with the world that you prefer. But that's also because you are not fully aligned yet with the world that you prefer. And so there will be, as you say, a potpourri, a mixed bag for a while, and you will still for a while be capable of experiencing people who do not necessarily vibrate in accord with you. But that's still for the purpose of giving you the option to reflect off of them what you are by seeing what you are not. For many of you still understand what you are in that way. But the more and more you understand who you are for its own sake, without necessarily needing to see a counter offer of what you are not, more and more of you who do not need that will no longer see that. You will simply find yourself one day interacting pretty much only with the individuals who are similar in nature, similar in vibration. And you may scratch your heads and wonder where all the other people went. But they will still be on the world that you no longer look through. And they will still be living their lives as they wish to, as they have chosen to. And it's as simple as that. And neither, in terms of validity, is more important or better or right or wrong than the other. They are all part and parcel of the infinite choices within all that is. Allow them to all be valid. Allow all to make the choices that they need to make. And by doing so, it will be that much easier for you to allow yourself to experience the reality that you prefer. Now, as we read the energy now, many things are changing, many things are shifting, and this is what we perceive at the moment. You have begun to experience the breakdown of some of your economic systems. You have begun to experience some shifting in your political worlds. This will continue. And again, as we have always said, the idea is not to change the old systems, but to have new systems in place, ready to go when the old systems fall apart. That will be part and parcel of taking action in the new world, in the new way. Creating that vibration that is representative of the reality you wish to take yourself to. So that when you shift, and in that shift, experience the old ideas falling away, falling apart, crumbling all around you, you will have the capacity to attract to yourself new systems, either invented by you or others that you will attract yourself to be able to facilitate the new ideas, the new perspectives, the new ways of doing things in the new reality you will have shifted to, which can then be implemented rapidly. Now, as it stands in this moment, what you are doing with your economic structure may carry you for about 5 of your years. Then there will be what you call another collapse. But at that time, in 5 years, there will be other systems that can rapidly replace what has then been washed away. So, do not fear. Never approach these things with fear, for that will determine what reality you experience. So obviously what we are perceiving and what we are sharing with you is part and parcel of the reality of the vibration of your preferred reality, which does not mean there will not be change, sometimes even very dramatic change. But remember, as we said, an event is not an event until you have responded to it. So the idea is not so much exactly what happens, but how you respond to it that makes it the event you will experience it to be. So respond well to all these things, and they will serve you well in the new reality. Respond negatively, and that's the reality you will remain in. So in 5 years, you will see, most likely, the opportunity to reinvent some very fundamental economic principles on your planet that will begin to take you, not right away, but will begin to take you toward an understanding of the true worth and the true value of the individual members of a society, which will ultimately lead to an economy actually based on the actual skills and talents of the individuals in a society, which will be in that context uncorruptible. The idea in that sense will be that as you approach the concept of a global organization, it will be one that allows borders and barriers to be crossed and to be dissolved, because it will be the skills and talents of individuals that will cross those borders to be of service to others who need their services. And as you begin finding more and more teams of individuals being sent around the world to aid and assist those that require their assistance, you will suddenly begin to see the threads being woven of the tapestry of a new economy. And bit by bit, within a few decades, you will realize that no longer will you require an artificial symbol to represent the idea of value and exchange. The exchange between people will be sufficient, and the reason that this will work is because it will also go hand in hand with the idea that within the next 2 or 3 decades, you will also create the idea of absolute, unlimited free energy. And once you achieve that, you will find that almost nothing stands in your way of becoming a unified society. Now, between now and then, there may be a few interesting surprises. Again, as we have talked about, more and more will be there an increase in the awareness of the existence of extraterrestrial societies, beginning on and around your year of 2015. There will be more knowledge that such things exist. And again, as it expands, ultimately to your year of 2033, when it will be, in that sense, open contact that will have occurred between your civilization and the first civilization to make open contact with your world, that we in our ancient language have called the Shalanaya, but which they in their own language are called the Yael. You will see more of their ships here and there, and they will become more and more blatant, allowing you the opportunity to respond in a manner that allows your society to know that you are ready more and more every day for such open communion, open contact with other civilizations. This, of course, will be based on the idea that you're ready and willing for open contact among your own civilization, among yourselves, among your own people. The willingness to take the actions necessary to receive the downloads and take the